Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. You're knowing what you are wanting? Are you enjoying the expansion of your personal desires? Are you enjoying the sound of her cell phone? Are you enjoying the contrast of your time and place? That's the best part. You knew as you made the decision to come forth into this leading edge time-space reality that the contrast would surround you. And you were eager about that. Now, once you're here, you've sort of changed your story. But originally, we recorded it. You said, and we said we would remind you, I want to project a part of my source energy consciousness into the most leading edge creative environment that has the most potential for expanding the universe. And you said, I know that there will be variety that surrounds me, plenty of what I don't want, plenty of what I do want, and from my interacting among this contrast, I will give birth to my personal, unique, worthy, perfect preferences. So that's your story, and we're sticking to it. You said, the contrast will inspire within me new ideas of what would be preferred. And you knew from that point of view that that was the perfect environment, because you knew that when contrast inspired within you a new idea, that the source energy part of you would continue to follow the thread or the train of that new idea. When life causes you to realize that you don't have enough of something that you want, in that moment, a preference for an improved situation is born within you. Even in the time that you are suffering over what's gone wrong, you are giving birth to preferences. Now, here's the way it works. When you came from source energy and expressed a part of your consciousness into this contrast, and this consciousness gives birth to an expanded idea, the source energy part of you turns its undivided attention toward the expanded idea. In other words, when you're sick, your desire to be well is powerful. In fact, every time you felt a little sick, you asked for wellness. So there is a vibrational escrow, we like that word, amassed with your name on it. Better than with your name on it, it's amassed with the larger part of you in it. Sometimes we hear you, you recognize that there was something before you in this physical body. You say, it's my soul, or it's the source of me, or it's God. But there are not many humans who consciously acknowledge that they, in their physical human leading edge form, are the physical extension of that source energy, God self. And you are. You are an extension of that, never separated from it, always an extension of it, always causing that which you call source to expand because of what you are about. Do you get that? So, as your life causes you to know what you don't want, you know what you do want. You know what you don't want, you know what you do want. Even if you don't speak words to it, and by the way, you usually don't, because it's happening incrementally every day of your life. Even before you had vocabulary that was coming forth from your mouth, you were launching preferences. Even before you got in this body, you had set forth intentions about what your experience would be like. So your vibrational escrow, the new, improved, expanding, always expanding, evolving version of you, is constantly shooting out of you, and the source energy part of you stands as the culmination of all of that. That is so wonderful and so important and so emphatic that we have written a book, several books, but one book in particular that explains this whole process in the title. What a good title is that? And the name of that book is Ask and It Is Given. Now let us play it back to you in the context of what we just said to you. You are source energy who came forth into a physical body. Life causes you to ask, and when you ask, the larger part of you literally becomes what you are asking for. So if in your physical body you are sick, you are asking for wellness, whether you're using words or not, and the non-physical vibrational equivalent of you, the source within you, that which you call God, that which we call source or your inner being, that inner being, broader, most dominant part of you has become weller because of your sickness. Just like when you don't have enough money, it becomes more prosperous because of your poverty. Just because when you're rude, it becomes kinder because of your rudeness. In other words, everything that you are living, the contrast causes you to emit these rockets of desire. The evolution of all species is about that. Even the one-celled organism is having its personal experience and is launching preferences. And all things that you know in this physical world are as a result of your exposure to this. You are an extension of source energy. So, when we say ask and it is given, many of our physical friends say, something must be wrong with your premise, Abraham, because I know I've been asking for a very long time and I would like to know if what you say is true. Where is my stuff? And we say, you must understand, it is being amassed, it's being orchestrated. The arrangements have been made. It is accumulated for you. You have asked and it has been given. The question is, what are you doing right here, right now with your vibration? Are you a vibrational match to what you're asking for, or are you still a vibrational match to the contrast that caused you to ask? If what you want is coming easily, then you have turned and you have become a vibrational match to what you're asking for. For example, something happens in your life, you realize you don't have enough money again. So you ask for more, whether you use words or not. And Source says, you should know you are the creator of your own experience. And if your perusal of your contrast has given you the awareness that you would like more money, then so be it, it is done. And if you would then begin feeling the prosperity, you would then achieve a vibrational match to the prosperity, and it would begin showing up immediately. So many of our human friends instead say, I want more money, but I have not enough. In fact, they say, I can't remember ever having enough. I hardly know anyone who has enough. Oh, there's that one guy we all hate. He has enough. He has way more than enough. He has so much, he spends it so frivolously. He spent $100,000 on a closet. Can you believe it? Rich bugger. Government takes most of my money and squander it on things that I would not spend it on. I'm tired of not having enough money. I'm really tired of not having enough money. I so want more money. It's not fair that I do not have enough money. Are you kidding me? That blouse is $200 for a blouse? They are so taking advantage of us. And we say to you, you cannot beat that drum of not enoughness and claim the fortune that's waiting for you in your vibrational escrow. You've got to start telling a different story. But more than that, you've got to tell the story differently and long enough that you begin to feel the prosperity that is waiting for you. You cannot feel not enoughness and change to enoughness, because the vibrational frequencies are too far apart. Any more than you can set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 98.7 FM. The frequencies have to match up. So as we're moving forward in the hours that are before us, we want you to begin feeling where your frequencies are. Now, we're talking about frequencies. You'll hear us speak of energy. You'll hear us talking about vibration. And for some, that's just annoying because you live in the real world and you don't want to talk about vibration. But we want you to begin talking about vibration because you are vibrational beings, and everything that comes to you comes on the vibrational stream of that which you either allow or resist. And we think it's helpful for you to understand that since you are source energy Do you know that? Do you know that you are eternal beings? Do you know that you never cease to be? You are eternal beings, which means you will never stop offering a vibration, and you will never stop your point of attraction. So the being that you are, who came forth into this physical body, is giving birth to new desires that the larger part of you is becoming. Feel the power of that. And most important, hear what we're about to tell you next. So in this universe that is vibrational, that we so much want you to accept as vibrational, you're so good at translating vibration you don't even know you're doing it. What you hear is because you translate vibration. What you see is because you translate vibration. Even your fingertips are translating vibration. Don't you think it's interesting that different people have different sensitivity? They translate differently. Don't you think it's interesting your dog hears things and smells things that you can't and don't want to? So when you realize that you're already a vibrational being, and then you begin to accept that you are also translating the vibration which tells you about your relationship between who you are as a source energy being and who you're being right here and now with the thoughts that you're projecting, your emotions tell you about this vibrational relationship. When you are thinking a thought and that thought makes your heart sing, you're feeling eagerness or joy, that means that the thought that you have activated right now is such a close vibrational match to the vibration of who you really are that there's no separation between you and you. So you're offering one powerful signal, and that feels good to you. And the reason it feels good to you is because you in that moment are in an utter state of allowing, an utter state of allowing. But when you are offering a vibration by virtue of what you're focused upon, that is giving you the emotion of anger or fear or some sort of discomfort that you would call negative emotion, that means that the vibration that is activated within you is holding you in a different place. You've introduced a sort of static to your vibration. So there is a gap between who you are being right here this minute and who you really are. So when you understand that you are a being who came forth, who's having an experience, and that the experience is causing you to expand, this is the thing that we really want you to hear. You are constantly becoming more. The non-physical part of you, the eternal part of you, is becoming more because of what you're living here in this physical body. When someone is rude, you want them to be nicer. When something's happening in the world that you don't like, you want it to be more peaceful. When you are sick, you want to be well. When you don't have enough of something, you want to have more. And so you are constantly expanding, and that non-physical part of you is expanding ahead of you, and it's your job to catch up with that. And when you do, or even when you're moving in the direction of it, you feel good. And when you don't feel so good, and with good reason. So moving in the direction of who you have become is what allowing is. And moving in the opposite direction of who you have become is what resistance is. Allowing feels good, resistance feels bad. The more you want it and the more you move toward it, the better you feel. The more you want it and the more you move away from it, the worse you feel. In other words, you are vibrational beings, and your emotions tell you everything that you need to know about everything that's happening in your life or anyone else's. So here's the part that we know that you don't really know. And we know that giving words to you is not necessarily going to bring you to a place of knowing it. But we've noticed that if we can give you the word that causes you to formulate an idea in your mind, then when your life brings you the experience that matches that, then the knowing settles into you in a more powerful way. So much that we say today will resonate with you because what you've already lived. And some of what we say to you today will resonate tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day as you begin to live the manifestation that will bring you the absolute knowing.